I'm gonna do a reading today about Elvis Presley. I mean, like, I guess, like, some people believe that he's still around. And I would have to, uh, just like from what I pick up, it feels like he's still around. Like, I'm not getting, like, I'm not seeing, like, a death scene. I feel like, I don't know if it's because it's tax time right now. I just see him doing some administrative, like light administrative work. Maybe, I don't know, having to do with his catalog, or I don't know, just like some business. Maybe in his current identity, he does some sort of like business or accounting aspect to it himself. I'm not sure. Okay. And it's like his life feels like right now like surprisingly like more boring than what he was doing before. Um, I feel like in doing making that change, he made some like enemies that were once his friends or allies. I'm getting the words like bold decision. Uh, I'm just sort of looking around like the vibes around like Graceland and stuff. So I don't know. Like I feel like like his. I feel like he sometimes like uses the pool or like I don't know is around that place. And if he spends a bit of time there, not a lot, but like a bit of time there, like just like almost in like a like custodian type role, but like doing like very minimal work. Just sort of like spending a bit of time here and there. Okay. He might even like as a joke like work across the street at what would be like the visitor center, um, just to have a laugh like himself like um, okay. I'll just like tell you what I see and not like react, I guess. I feel like in order for him to spend time with like people he really wanted to spend time with, like he needed to do this. And in terms of like what he enjoyed about his work, his uh, music making, like it was like felt like a shocking like halt to some aspects of what he loved, but he also really didn't like how his career was being managed. Um, so he gets like simple pleasures out of still being involved in music, but on just like religious music, it feels like. I feel like he's religious to a point, but like like I would say like in his spirituality, like there's 30% missing from like total alignment with God. But like 70% is pretty good, like for most people. Uh, I would say that his love of music is a motivation to take part in gospel music, like this genre. He has like some characteristics that are like that enjoy being like playfully deceitful, and I think you can see like in his performances that wry kind of smile, like it, like in it, like Duper's Delight, I guess. So like there's this aspect to his character that enjoys deception, that is manifest in this choice to like continue living like deceptively. I don't feel anyone will like take him to task like in court or anything like that. Out of respect or like it just it's like, okay. But I feel like it's like among some people like a well-known secret, like if that term makes any sense. I feel like I don't know if there's like I don't know if anyway, it just sort of feels like Lisa Marie could be like a little bit mad at him or something. I don't know. Or it feels like a younger feminine. So I'm just trying to pinpoint like, but it feels more like Lisa Marie or something. I mean, she may be she may just have that inner personality from her life experiences, like the potential to get angry, not like very very angry, but like just have unhealed anger. Okay. I feel like I feel like Elvis has like some like he takes issue with how some aspects of his like career, reputation, whatever is being handled or mishandled or something like that. So maybe he doesn't have like full control over that, and that like bothers him somewhat. Like he would have had to sign over the control of his legacy to someone else, maybe partly like his like Priscilla, maybe, and like two other men, something like that. I'm just trying to see like what he wants to say about any of that, like. I just feel like I don't, this doesn't really make, anyway, I'll just like say what I think, but I feel like he's not that great at expressing his feelings and his opinions. Like for example, sometimes when people go to university and stuff, like they spend a lot of boring hours like learning how to communicate, like writing essays, having to present their arguments and all that stuff. And like I just feel like that element of his character is like missing, his ability to communicate well. So that's maybe where like the element of deception comes in, and like he would have been polishing those attributes in lieu of like communicating well, because you can argue that like really good communication can change the course of events just like deception can, like in different ways. Like they're powerful, both powerful tools. To affect the outcome that you want or something like that. So that's how he rolls, instead of being able to express himself well. And his world experiences, even though he like toured the world and everything, his like worldly experiences are fairly limited and encapsulated. So either he's living in this bubble of his like friends and coworkers when he was like the living Elvis, and then now he's sort of in this like capsule of like gospel music and his smaller life that he's created for himself, and both are limiting. Like so like he wouldn't be the kind of person to go off and like have like a deep political discussion with you over, with that kind of thing. Like I wouldn't call him like an intellectual. He likes life. Like he likes being alive. Like he likes waking up, seeing, like smelling the wallflowers, and like just simply living, Okay. I feel like that chapter of his life where he had great fame was really like, it was like he was a captive and he had very little control over his life, and so it felt like inauthentic to some degree, and I think at heart he's an introvert, if that makes sense. Like I guess they call them like extroverted introverts. He's just like a joyful person who loves life. Like it kind of reminds me of like some people have a bit like fairy energy, or just like that natural just exuberance, but then also like shy of humans, because like fairies make themselves invisible, like, or fairy lore is like that. It's like sometimes they make appearances, sometimes you just catch a glimpse of the corner of your eye, whatever, and they're out there like nurturing animals and plants and like up to some funny business, so there's like an element of like that kind of vibe, but not 100%. um, I get the word like angelic, so there is some aspect to him that is like came here on like a sort of mission of peace and love or something. And like a lot of like earth angels or whatever have go through a lot of like hardships or okay, wait, let me just get the right words to describe this. Like suffer to some degree to accomplish this task of bringing like a new level of like love or life like to people. So because it makes them stand out, and then like they get like they endure some sort of suffering or blockages they have to overcome to like do this thing that's like outside of the norm. And it can make them feel uncomfortable in their own skin, and like some people like self-medicate to like regulate that high energy. And so I feel like he did some of that to like cope with how brightly he was shining, not just as a celebrity, not just like acceptance from people, but just the energy he was like channeling. Like it's like if you think of him as a small wire, but he's running this strong current. And so you could feel some sense of burnout, so you would have to like hide or like dim the vibe down, like just to manage, you know. And thus this like departure from his big life, you know, to something more simple. This like hiding isn't really authentic to him either. So there's some frustration in that setup. And maybe like maybe part of that 30% of uh like not completely aligned with God thing is like he is a natural flirt, you know, and they're not having access to that like fun flirty side or like dating or like is it's something an element that he misses, like, because it's like if you don't think of it as like just, you know, going around like skirt chasing or what, if you don't think of it like that, but you think of it as like when people, let's say he's like famous Elvis, when people approach him with so much love and like kind of surrender and stuff, it's like kind of a beautiful energy. And so like he misses being around that kind of, and love is like the, you know, the proper like unconditional love is like the highest best thing, best energy. And so it's like feels good to be around that. So like to be living a smaller life and without his original identity. And I was just thinking like how his name, even like Elvis, is like, I don't know if that means like king of the elves or something, so it has a bit of like a fairy reference even in his name. If like elves and fairies are related, I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on the slightly invisible beings and stuff like of that sort. So okay. It's unexpected. Okay. I feel like he misses taking like his private jet places and stuff. But like it's not the end of the world, but he like, and he liked that. Like that was fun. I feel like some of his former bandmates are mad, like are pissed that like they're not still making music with him. That's where make your own life, you know. Okay, and then okay. I just want to see like if he has any messages. Like, I mean, the fact that he's like, it feels like he's still alive. Like, he might not want to tell much. Okay. I'm just gonna try to look for like the best case scenario type of energies. I just feel like he wants to create like stability and peace for his daughter, Lisa Marie. He, you know, he has some regrets. He has some regrets on his mom, like maybe not being present or like something to do with that. Um, he has still like a lot of unhealed like personal feelings and things like that. And it's interesting the power dynamic of like, you know, when he married Priscilla when she was a teenager, I think, or there was an age gap, and she was like not as powerful as him in that scenario, and like it's like the tables have turned. She's like way more powerful than him, and I don't feel that they live. I don't feel that they're a couple, and that I feel like he's living a very simple, very simple life, and he may have like just a couple friends he plays music with, and it's really a humble existence. And I feel like Elvis feels like hurt by people, like by his fans a bit, like it's okay. I just want to say this correctly. Like instead of scrutinizing someone so much or putting so much energy into admiring a person, like just let them live, let them evolve, and like maybe sort it out later instead of being so involved like as it's unfolding, because it was like a bit like being in a prison cell, all that attention, and maybe it's like a lesson for fans of of his or of other people to like just take it easy, take it easy on these people you admire, and maybe like the press doesn't need to write about like personal lives of famous people so much as like important news, like like how to, you know, what plants are safe to eat in the forest and stuff, like stuff, you know, like stuff that like matters on a day-to-day basis that they don't talk about in newspapers. You know, helpful things, how to parent well, or you know, stuff like that. Okay. Okay, I'll just like wrap this up. I don't feel like he wants me to talk about him. I feel like he does church services somewhere in the United States, like in the middle to eastern, southern area of the United States. I'd have to look at a map, but it's like, I don't know if that's like Louisiana or Mississippi, or like, or just like maybe not that. Anyway, just not all the way east, not all the way in the middle, and somewhat not all the way south, but on the south side of things, like a pocket. Anyway, okay. Uh, and I feel like some people are aware of who his identity is right now, and it's fairly clear, you know. But like people age, you know, and like if if people have had alcohol or drugs in their life, it tends to age them like on in the direction of like how Santa Claus looks, as opposed to like if you think of someone who's like 60 and vegan and like active at cycling, they would look different. Like, so he might be on the more Santa Claus side of his appearance today. Um, I'm just, I'm just giving you a ballpark, like, you know, gray hair and like not like super like snatched in terms of physically like in shape and stuff. Um, I feel like if there's a lesson for people, it's like what I said about his fans. Like, stop being like the word fan is a short version of the word fanatic, and it's like chill out. I get this in a couple celebrity readings, like where it's like it's all fine and good that people achieve their dreams, but like if you're spending all your time focusing on someone else achieving their dreams, you're not achieving your dream. So it's like it's a famous person is more just like, hey, it's possible. Why don't I try chasing my dreams? So I think like people like Elvis would rather you chase your dreams than focus on like any aspect of his life, and that's why he like went into hiding essentially. So hopefully people can learn from these big examples of well-known people, um, and like suffering that they endured to like help us evolve as people and stuff, and spiritually. Okay. Um, and I feel like he thinks like if people sing more, they'll be happier and there'll be more peace on earth. So if you're not actively singing, even if people discourage you, like just sing anyway, because like, it's good for the peace of the world. And whether that's like in a choir, even if you're not like religious, but that's like the only choir you can find, like go to church or just like, or you know, sing songs you like, um, write songs, perform them, like however you want to. You can just hum, like even just like a lot of people use like sound frequency to like heal the body and the mind, like in yoga and stuff. And so just like working with sound, music as a healing method. Okay, let's see the last. I just get this kind of jokey, playful feeling from him. You know, I do feel like he does visit Memphis, like I said, to Graceland, or maybe a house nearby, like 3 blocks away, or just like in 1 block in, just like because you know, he grew up, he likes Memphis. Um, okay. I just want to see if there's any last. And I just feel like I'm getting this image of like how he perceives God, and it feels like this sort of beautiful diffuse light, a cloud of like a good presence that is like undefined goodness, kind of, and that may have to do with, I don't know if he's on some kind of anti-anxiety drugs, or like something that like subdues his intuition that would make it cloudy. Anyway, I feel like he tries hard to connect with God, but like there may be some kind of prescription intervention that's like going on there to like soften his intuition and like his direct connection with God. Okay. And now I just like get this like sadness and stuff. So I just want to wrap up the video and like on a positive note, or okay, I think like if people stop dressing up like him, like fans, and instead like, I don't know if there's like a church that's dedicated, I don't know if there's a church in Memphis that's dedicated to Elvis, but let's say someone made one and it had like amazing acoustics and like a really high vaulted ceiling, like in like to make good acoustics and stuff, and it has a kind of, I feel like it has like a pointed roof, kind of almost mid-century type of architecture, like simple but like not expensive, but like good enough kind of thing. And that I feel like there'd be like a 300-person choir, and it would be like he would rather people visit this church and sing like the songs that he loved that are religious there, or even other songs, because like love songs are like, love is a very spiritual emotion, so even his like romantic love songs would be appropriate there too. And so he would rather people be actively raising the spirits. I'll just finish that thought. He'd rather this church be built, if like whether it exists or already or not, like that is like dedicated to him, like, or the theme is like of Elvis, and it's not like they're worshiping Elvis. It's just like it's the church that his fans can come to like be grateful to God and stuff in song. I just want to say that correctly. And so he'd rather people, instead of like touring Graceland or like watching old footage, he would rather people were actively bringing the vibe up in the world in song. And it's like this 300-person choir would just be like raising the roof like beautifully with people, and it's just, and it wouldn't be like a mega church at all. It would be like you would have to book like 6 months ahead just to have the space to like be there. So it's like a regular sized church with an extra large choir, and because I imagine some fans like wouldn't even want to go to church because they're not like religious, or they just like his music. But like for the people that sort of get his vibe, like, and his purpose, like they would want to take part in this, and this is something that he would like, that would make him happy, that would like heal his heart in some ways that like he feels lack, and it would also be a way for him to like in a sneaky way, be present with his fans and enjoy this church, and that he would, you know, yeah, like, so it kind of serves a few purposes there. So that's my reading on Elvis Presley. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or recommendations, feel free to put them in the comment thing. If you want to donate to my channel, that'd be great. I could create like a better technical setup. And yeah, I appreciate people's nice comments and stuff and feedback. And take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.